Now at 5, high water and flooding concerns. We've had one round of heavy rain. Kevin is tracking more in the forecast.
Coming up, we'll tell you how you can help support local businesses on Mass Ave without leaving your home.
I wanted to help people. You know, that just sounds so crazy, but that was it.
Honoring the first responders answering 911 calls for COVID-19 patients as they reflect on their duty during National EMS Week.
This is RTV6 News at 5, working for you.
And now at 5, on alert for more heavy rain that could create scenes like this. Cars stalled out at Emerson and Lexington on the east side this morning.
A flash flood watch is posted for parts of the state, and the city of Indianapolis says structures and roads near the White River, Crooked Creek, Mud Creek, and other low-lying areas could experience flooding. Thanks for joining us here at 5 o'clock. I'm Mark Mullins.
And I'm Amanda Starntino. An awful lot of rain in the past 24 hours and more is on the way. Let's get right to Storm Team 6 Chief Meteorologist Kevin Gregory. Hey, Kev.
And Amanda, thank you very much. We're getting a break from some of the heavy rain right now, but I just want to show you it's about a 90-mile wide swath from southwest Indiana to the northeast portion of the state that had anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of rain from yesterday through today. Ground is saturated. Additional rainfall would cause problems. That's why the flood watch is in effect for the eastern portion of the state, from Muncie to Shelbyville to Columbus and Seymour East, the most likely area to see additional heavy rain. For now, the area of rain that's heaviest is just along and east of the state line with Ohio. That will continue to stay to our east for now. Over in Illinois, see that spin? That's an area of low pressure that will bring additional scattered showers tonight. Between 8 and 11, we'll see some additional, generally light showers. When I return, I'll take you through the period of where we may see heavy rainfall during the day tomorrow, talk about additional rainfall, and there's some summer warmth in my 7-day forecast.
Today, the State of Health Commissioner reported the first case of multi-system inflammatory syndrome in children.
It's a rare condition in children under 21 linked to COVID-19. The syndrome can cause inflammation of the heart and other organs and can look like swelling or a rash. Health Commissioner Dr. Christina Box is asking hospitals to report suspected cases. She's also advising parents to watch for persistent fever in children and to contact their pediatrician if their child appears more seriously ill. No specifics were released about that patient or where he or she is from.
Also new, COVID-19 deaths decreased quite a bit today and yesterday based on previous days' reports. Today, the state reported 14 more deaths, which occurred between Friday and yesterday.
As for testing, the number increased by nearly 6,700 from yesterday. Statewide, nearly 184,000 people have been tested. Of those, just more than 15% tested positive for the virus. Today's report showed an increase of 492 positive cases from yesterday.
The state also updated the impact on long-term care facilities today. They do that every Monday. Total positive cases in nursing homes statewide is 3,625, an increase of 592 from last week. However, that increase is 125 less than the week before. As for deaths, 732 people have died in nursing homes, an increase of 148 from the previous week. However, that increase is 16 fewer than last Monday's report. And some businesses on Mass Ave in downtown Indianapolis are slowly starting to reopen, but store owners tell us it could be a while before they're able to turn a profit again. RTV6's Megan Singtorm found out how businesses in this area are coming together to support each other and how you can get involved in a new campaign to help.
This new initiative is called I Miss Mass Ave, and the goal is to help restaurants and shops in this area as they begin to open back up.
When I come down here at different times of day, it's almost eerie to see how few people are down here.
This is not the typical month of May small business owners like Amanda Maurer-Tafflinger are used to.
Our sales have been way, 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 way down. Like we almost, barely made enough money last month to pay rent.
She owns Homespun on Mass Ave and had to create an online store to sell her products.
People aren't used to shopping with us through the online store, so we haven't made nearly as many sales to keep us as much afloat as we need to be.
Now that restrictions on in-person shopping are starting to ease up, she's hoping people remember why they loved shopping and dining on Mass Ave. She and other businesses in the area are taking part in an online campaign called I Miss Mass Ave. They're encouraging people to use that hashtag on social media to support local shops.
Positive reviews, ordering online, sharing opinions on social media, reminding people what great purchases you've made at local restaurants or shops.
The goal?
To try to help re-stimulate the reopening of Mass Ave and all of the merchants and all of the restaurants and the service providers along this general corridor of our great city.
Kurt Phillips is the president of the Mass Ave Merchants Association. He says those online reviews and social media posts can really help small businesses, especially right now.
We all miss Mass Ave a lot, and we want everybody to come back strong.
We're just excited to see our customers again. We're looking forward to being open again. We're looking forward to seeing our customers and getting some new people in here. I'm really excited to see people starting to be out on the avenue again.
Working for you, Megan Sanctorum, RTV6.
And Homestun plans to open in the next week or so. They and other businesses say they plan on having disposable masks and hand sanitizer available. They're also deep cleaning and rearranging the store to help keep people safe. For more info about the I Miss Mass Ave campaign, head to our website at theindychannel.com.
In this pandemic, emergency medical services has functioned as the tip of the spear for treating people potentially with the virus. RTV6's Stephanie Wade is highlighting the tremendous service and sacrifice given by EMS personnel during this National EMS Week.
In honor of Emergency Medical Services Week, we're highlighting the strength and resilience of EMS workers, especially during this time, and talking with one paramedic in particular.
It's been the best job on the earth. I do know that. I wanted to work here so bad that I couldn't stand it when I first got hired and was doing a little happy dance in the kitchen.
34 years later, Linda Hodge Mckinney is calling it quits as an Indianapolis paramedic. She actually submitted her retirement paperwork back in February, not knowing what was in store for her final weeks. Over the years, she's seen many things change and evolve in regards to how they do their job, but nothing like the coronavirus.
In the beginning, when we first had the COVID, everybody was apprehensive. Nobody knew what to do. We've not lived in a pandemic before, probably none of us. The closest that I've come to anything like that is when AIDS first was out there, and we actually had to start wearing gloves because we never wore any kind of PPE.
Now, paramedics put extra PPE on, including surgical masks, gowns, face shields before making runs. To make her retirement celebration extra special today was Nadia Vargo, a 9-year-old girl who 3 years ago was attacked and critically injured by 2 Rottweilers. Linda helped save her that day.
What do you think about her retiring?
I'm sad.
Why are you sad?
Because I wanted her to stay a fighter so she can keep doing what she was doing.
Because she helped you.
Yeah, she's a hero.
Working for you, Stephanie Wade, RTV6.
Well, Indianapolis EMS has treated 1,400 patients since March 1st alone who have reported flu-like symptoms. We have a link to a PSA video that paramedics released giving advice on how to protect yourself against the virus. You can find that on our website, theindychannel.com.
And there's no handbook on parenting, and that also goes for parenting during a pandemic. It's still new terrain, and the Rebound Indiana is making sure you have the tools you need to help you get through. RTV6's Troy Washington is showing you how IU health groups are stepping up to help Hoosier families transition into the new normal for now.
It's been pretty chaotic. Normally we're so used to getting out of the house and doing things and being active pretty much every day, and so we've been home every single day, and so trying to balance giving them enough activities and things to do along with my own mental health, which has been a big struggle through this pandemic.
Kayla Swenson has a 4-year-old daughter and a 2-year-old son.
After I had my first daughter at IU Health West, they had these awesome groups that they offered to new moms.
Once this mom got connected with IU Health, she stayed connected even after leaving the hospital. Cindy Love is with IU Health. She's been leading the support groups for infants and toddlers for 2 decades.
Moms need support. They need social interaction with other moms, and they need answers to their questions.
Of course, before the COVID-19 pandemic, the meetings used to take place in person.
That added stress is something that none of us have had to deal with in the past. And that social isolation, I think, is the biggest problem that most moms are feeling. When you wake up, a lot of people are saying it's like Groundhog Day. You know, you wake up and every day looks the same.
Love knew something had to be done to help parents during this time. She's not meeting them in person anymore, but instead, she's taking the virtual route.
The need is still there. We just needed to find a creative way to meet that need with our moms.
But when she said that they were going to do virtual, I was really excited because it brought back an element of normal back into our lives.
Providing these moms with a sense of comfort, even during uncertain times. Working for you, Troy Washington, RTV6.
And find more information on the groups when you read this story on the IndyChannel.com.
The Indiana Supreme Court is denying a request for clarification of its decision to suspend Indiana Attorney General Curtis Hill. The 30-day suspension of Hill's law license took effect today over allegations of sexual misconduct involving a state lawmaker and 3 other women. This afternoon, the court said it would be inappropriate for it to respond to Governor Eric Holcomb's request for clarification regarding the suspension. Holcomb filed legal papers asking the court if Hill automatically disqualified from holding the office once the suspension took effect and if Hill could still practice law. The court said the questions that Holcomb asked were outside the scope of the court's disciplinary decision. Hill named his chief deputy as his temporary replacement. He has denied the allegations and was not charged. Right now, Metro Police are investigating a deadly shooting on the city's east side. This happened sometime after 2:30 in the parking lot of a gas station at 38th and Post Road. Police found a man who had been shot and killed sitting in the driver's seat of a vehicle. If you have any information about this, call Crime Stoppers. The number is 317-262-TIPS. Still ahead here at 5, schools stepping in to fill a void. How you can connect with food to feed your child as the school year officially starts coming to an end. Curbside delivery isn't just for food. The new effort that started just today if you need some reading material. Commitment to ensure that you have the resources to make it through this pandemic. And food is vital. And now schools around the state will help feed kids through June 30th. We will have an important phone number for you in just a moment. But first, RTV6's Rafael Sanchez shows us how one school district is filling the need.
A cavalcade of carts are choreographed to cruise in this cafeteria. The school year may be over for the Clark Pleasant School Corporation south of Indianapolis, but school meals will be packed and distributed until June the 30th.
It makes us very happy, you know, that we're doing this.
All right for the lunch ladies.
Yes, we rock.
A team of 65 food service members split up the work. Some prepare a portion of the meals on Sundays, while the others step in on Mondays and Wednesdays.
Going into this, one of our first priorities was feeding kids and keeping that going. We're a district of about 50% free and reduced lunch, but also a lot of families who are blue-collar hourly workers that we knew were going to have a difficult time during this pandemic. And so we wanted to make sure we did an exceptional job of getting meals out to families.
Outside, another busy operation as volunteers drive up to pick up meals to deliver to families throughout the school district. Beth Stinson's van is loaded with food for 25 families in Whiteland, New Whiteland, and Greenwood, mostly essential workers like nurses who welcome the meals.
I can't sew to save my life, so since I can't help make masks, this was kind of my way to contribute, and it kind of also gave some of my kids a first-hand look of, you know, how we can help out. Just because you can't do this thing, maybe you can do something else to help out your community instead.
The cooler is stocked for the next food pickup. The goal, no child goes hungry. That's the best thank you ever. Rafael Sanchez, RTV6.
And again, schools statewide will feed children through June 30th. The U.S. Department of Agriculture has a toll-free number that you can call to connect you to free meals for kids. Let's give you that number. It is 1-866-348-6479. You can call that from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m.
The Indianapolis Public Library is joining the curbside delivery movement. Libraries are closed due to coronavirus, but starting today, the Central Library and several other Indianapolis Public Library branches began curbside delivery of books and other materials. You can request materials online or over the phone and then inform staff of your arrival time.
Reading is really important, especially during this time. And if you're alone, like I am, it's nice to have this service back again.
The service is available Sunday through Friday at the following branches: Central Library, East 38th Street, Glendale, Pike, and Southport. If you arrive on foot or bicycle, you will be served as long as safe social distancing practices are observed. And now to your Storm Team 6 forecast, and it's an alert day as we're not done with all of the heavy rain and potential for flooding. Kevin, welcome back, and fill us in, please.
Good to be back, and it's a busy start to the work week. It'll calm down a bit as we get to Wednesday and Thursday. The heaviest rain will return tomorrow morning. I think this evening we'll just have some spotty showers. Clearly, the best chance of rain for the rest of the week tomorrow. Eastern half of the state with the heaviest rainfall potential. There is a daily chance for some rain, though, as you can see as we go through the rest of the work week and into the weekend. Our temperatures, those in central Indiana, will continue to climb as we move along. I want to point out that don't forget, we've got our Storm Shield app. It's available free, and whenever we have active weather in the forecast, keep track of that with the Storm Shield app. Okay, off to the east, just pulling away from North Carolina. That's Tropical Storm Arthur. That's spinning to the east of the state line with Indiana. We've got our rain showers, and those are heavy areas of rain, but they've moved just beyond the state line and the RTV6 viewing area. What will move in from the northwest tonight will be these spotty showers with the area of low pressure. Stuck in the 60s. It's 55, though, in Richmond, where you've had some heavier rain most recently. 68 in Lafayette, where you're dry. Say hello to Duncan. He's a big boy. Look at those concern wrinkles over additional rainfall. Barb, thanks for sending in the picture. Duncan is 4-year-old Mastiff, 205 pounds. Pre-walk, after the walk, down to 204. Overnight and through the morning hours tomorrow, watch curling back in from the south and east. A weird direction, but everything's coming counterclockwise around that area of low pressure. So between 7 and 10, rain likely in the morning, some of it heavy, and the probabilities of rain will continue to be high through the day. Watch everything come from east to west or southeast to northwest and impact especially the eastern half of the state with a heavier rainfall potential through the day tomorrow. We'll see somewhat of a break by the time we get to late evening hours. That wind will pick up, and it will be strong, gusting to 30 miles per hour by the afternoon into the evening, and that's out of the east. There are your modest Tuesday high temperatures. Remember earlier when I said summer warmth returns to my forecast? You'll find it as we get to Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We warm up nicely. The chance for thunderstorms is there, but 3 days in a row, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, temperatures all in the 80s. With that summer warmth, the chance for some summer thunderstorms. We'll be back with more news right after this.
Keller and Keller.
Welcome back. A lot of spring sports have been canceled due to COVID-19, and summer leagues are still up in the air. Our Kelsey Anderson spoke with a local youth organization to see how they are handling the unknown.
The Oklalandon Youth Organization had to cancel their spring season and cancel 2 of their big summer tournaments that they have every single year. They say now they're just in a holding pattern, waiting to see what's next for rec leagues. On an average year, 800 kids sign up to play ball at OYO. They have spring recreation leagues, summer travel leagues, and fall leagues. They are waiting for more guidance from county officials, plus to see what other local leagues decide to do.
So as Matt said, obviously not an easy decision to cancel, but we have put it at the forefront to keep the families safe here and to just concentrate on their well-being and the health and safety of everybody. So, we've just had to put our heads together, and we thought rather than trying to force too many seasons, we decided to go for an expanded fall season.
Organizers say they want to make sure the first season back is as special as possible, and they'll put new precautions in place to make sure all the families who visit can stay safe and healthy. They tell me if you did sign up for the spring season, you have 3 options. You can get your money back in a full refund, you can use that money towards the fall season if it happens, or you can donate the money to OIO. I'm Kelsey Anderson, RTV6.
Kelsey, thank you. And the governor announced at his coronavirus briefing today that he and his team are working on the next steps regarding sports leagues and practices, and to look for updates Wednesday regarding any changes there might be going into the weekend. We're going to leave you with this live look from our Pagoda Cam. Looking over downtown Indy and some cloudy skies. We'll have your forecast and more news coming up on the news at 6.